Oh no, this cannot be good. What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you got something you're sipping on. You're going to need it, okay? So grab it right now. Let's get to it. And let's also get the news. That's going to be Astralis. As we talked about this weeks ago, brought to us by Overdrive. He's had a lot of these weird insights as of late and leaks that have, well, now seemingly or might seemingly come true. This one all around Astralis. And he came out of nowhere in the woodwork saying, hey, Astralis might be selling their organization before the next major. Now, of course, after that, we found out Astralis will not be making the major, their 5th consecutive one. They have now benched Cadian and likely planning some bigger changes, so it seems. But this news was crazy when it comes to the numbers itself. Brought to us by Dust2, of course, will be linked down below for your read. It is now reportedly, at least by one source, Jonas Gunderson, formerly of Team North. You guys remember them? Huh? Remember North of the Lion? If you guys are a real OGCS fan, remember did they rebrand the Lion to like a lesser looking Lion? And I think I remember complaining about that like way back. That's probably back 5-6 more years ago. But Team North was also tied to teams like Ninjas and Pajamas. Now reportedly had interest in buying the organization, and so people connecting the dots of like, wait, you said buying Astralis, the organization Astralis, which is now also reportedly maybe going to be up for sale. Yes, one of the most touted, not just in Danish esports, but across all of Counter-Strike. You got to give them credit for their major run way back in the day and the mark they have made, especially when Denmark was making its mark in Counter-Strike. They are the pinnacle there, right? One of the most touted esports teams of all time for Counter-Strike is now potentially going up for sale. And the real dark part about this is the numbers that they have fallen to. As according to Dust2, it is now said the first option is being explored. A potential sale price for Astralis as a brand is reportedly between 13 to 20 million kroner. That's Danish currency. One of the sources can report it is unclear whether this is with or without the players. The story does not yet say how far a deal is from becoming a reality, but only that Jonas Gunderson is reportedly interested in buying Astralis. It is not known how concrete that interest is or whether a bid has been made. And that 13 to 20 million kroner, that equates to around $2 to $3 million. That is it. And I say that is it because they are one of the more accomplished orgs ever in Counter-Strike, and people, of course, talking about more of the numbers of the organization and what they once were previously reportedly worth. If you guys remember those Forbes valuations back when it started like 2020, and you had Team Liquid and Cloud9 and TSM all worth north of $300 million. Astralis was up there. You know, they weren't in the hundreds of millions of dollars, but they were certainly in the high tens, especially once they got their League of Legends slot, which they have now sold off. And so that number to fall to 2 to 3 million, for me, it doesn't matter whether that includes the players or not. I guess maybe you can throw in an extra couple million for the players, maybe in the right market to the right people. But even if we're talking about $5 million, the valuation, that sucks. That's not good for esports. That is certainly not good for Astralis. And that makes me a little sad. As even Bubsky said, when Astralis went public in 2019, they went live on a valuation for 508 million kroner, or about 75 million USD. 5 or 6 years later, they're potentially being sold for $2 to $3 million. That's a 97% decrease in value over the time period. It's a good example of the esports bubble. And of course, Astralis failing on the performance aspect definitely have not helped either. And so I know a lot of you Astralis haters out there, they have not made all of the right moves in esports. No team really has, and they've really become a focal point of a lot of hate because of what management and uppers have done. I've always loved the players, at least in my personal opinion, and unfortunately those players sometimes get in the way of that flack and backlash the organization gets for some decisions they have made. But when you look at the whole, I know you guys want to make jokes, but you look at the whole ecosystem, this is a big blow for us. And it depends, of course, who buys Astralis. I don't think the brand is going to go anywhere. I think someone will bite on that price, and I hope they do. But it's not fun, man. And I know there's going to be jokes. All right, keep it in line, you guys. All right, there's real people here, real employees that want to be in esports and want to be in Counter-Strike. And so hopefully this won't be the end of the Astralis brand, but it could be the end of the current ownership group if Astralis is truly set to sail, which reportedly it will be soon. So what do you guys think about this? Till next time, please take care of yourselves. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing. I appreciate you. I'll see you back here sometime soon, and we'll talk more Counter-Strike news, hopefully some better stuff than this. Till then, you know what to do. Take care of yourself.